All right, in NBA parlance, the most valued unrestricted free agent, along with Simon Pagenaud, is no longer a free agent. Josef Newgarden re-signed with Sarah Fisher, Ed Carpenter, and Wink Hartman. The announcement came out today. And I've talked to a lot of people that are like, that's really good he's staying there. We need to keep the balance in the series. And you said earlier you think this is probably the right move.
I think it's the right move, absolutely. I don't know what else I would do when a team like that is merging. I think they're going to be very strong next year. They're both great groups. They both have their strengths and their weaknesses, and I think together they'll form an even better team than them divided. So, for me, looking at it, I took a really long thought on it and tried to make the best decision. And for me, I think leaving this group next year would be a mistake. I've got a great relationship with a lot of people here, especially my engineer Jeremy Millers, and I don't want to break that up right now. I think it's good to keep it going, and next year we'll be strong.
It's fun though to be wanted.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. You never know in this game. Sometimes you're wanted, sometimes you're hated, and I think that's normal for motorsports. You get on these rides sometimes where everyone thinks you're the greatest, and then you get on other rides where everyone thinks you're the worst. So it goes in cycles, and that's how motorsports works. And towards the end of the year here, we've obviously had a good string of results, and at least a good string of performances where we've looked very strong. And I think that got some people's attentions. And for me, I had to make some decisions, and it's cool that I had to make a decision. I didn't think I'd be in that position actually, and a lot of people just want to be in that place where they have to make a decision one way or the other, and I think it's going to work out really well. I'm excited for the future.
Okay, so the journalists, Marshall Pruitt and I guess we're taking liberty with that word too. The reporters, we know that it's a one-year deal, maybe with an option, maybe not, and there's maybe a couple good seats going to open up. I mean, it looks like a smart move too.
Well, racing changes all the time. I mean, motorsports is a tough game, and I think for me, where I'm at in my career, in my position, it's, looking at it, I think a one-year deal is the right thing to do right now. There's always so many moving variables. This team is a bit of a variable too. They're coming together. We don't exactly know how we're going to perform next year, but my gut tells me that we're going to be super strong. I think with Ed's team and Sarah's and Wink's, I think it's just going to be a good organization. But you never know. You never know how things are going to transpire. Maybe there's more things we need to work on than we realize. So for me, a one-year deal is perfect. We'll try and do some damage next year, and if we end up cleaning up, winning the 500, winning more races than we know what to do with, then you never know what the future holds. Maybe I'll be here for a very long time.
Yeah, well, last question, kid. The other thing is, as I was talking to Tim Cindric and Roger Penske about you the other day, I said, you realize this kid's never had a teammate, and he's been kicking your butt about half the time. So to think that Ed Carpenter, who's as good as anybody in an oval, is going to be giving you a lot of it is a win-win right now.
I think it's a beautiful marriage. Ed's one of the biggest things that interested me about this deal. I really like Ed a lot. He's one of the coolest guys I've met in IndyCar. I think he's one of the most relaxed, chilled out people in IndyCar. He's just a good, wholesome American guy that likes racing. And I think he's the best oval teammate you could probably have. He seems to have a really good feel for the car. And I don't have first-hand experience of that, but he's one of the first guys that stuck his hand out and said, hey, do you need some help? You want me to give you some advice on these ovals and tell you how to work it? And he didn't tell me everything, but he was one of the first guys that said, let me help you out 3 years ago when I started in 2012. And I'm super excited that we'd be able to work together. I think he's one of the best in the business, and together we might be able to do some serious damage on the ovals, and I'm excited about that prospect, because going to the Indianapolis 500, that's what you want. You want to have the best situation, one of the best teammates around, and I think I'm going to have that with the entire group that we're working with.
All right, it's good news for the IndyCar family. One of the rising stars, Josef Newgarden, stays with the people that gave him his first chance. Looking for his first victory here today. RobinMillerRacer.com. Thanks, kid.
Thanks.